I was hoping it would be hard. I was hoping it would be a challenge for me. I went into that thinking that I was going to be dying at least a few times to it. So I'm a little sad that I didn't. I don't feel like it was because I had learned the lore well. I think it's just my weapon is so powerful and I have so much healing at my disposal that all of my mistakes were covered by my preparation for it all. I guess I'll just go towards Vitality now to work on my equipment load.
Mayst thou?
Now, I had also been told at one point to try and talk to this guy, I think, after I do this.
Returned. I was hoping to see you. That crestfallen ass Hawkwood, he handed me this.
Now, which one's Hawkwood?
Deal since he left this place. Graven of face. He asked me to give it ye.
Hawkwood's Swordgrass.
Now that that task is concluded, what would you have me smith today? You're a simple reinforcing. This my fucking battle.
Okay,
Pretty big. I don't want that.
what is Hawkwood's Swordgrass? I don't know why. I was just told that after I do the dragon area to go talk to the blacksmith. Rubbish. Is it a key item? Oh, I do have ashes. Hawkwood Swordgrass. Message from Hawkwood. Oh, it's a message. Bloodstained Swordgrass of Hawkwood, disorder of the Undead Legion. Traditionally, the Undead Legion of Farron fends the gravest of messages using Swordgrass. Come to the Mausoleum in Farron. Only one can take the path of ancient dragons. So was he a watchdog of the Abyss? And then he left?
Ashen one, thou, then I am of thous.
Why did I? Oh, I didn't mean to speak with you. I'm sorry. I went to give this woman ashes. Here you go.
Grace let Iona.
No more keys. Oh, she sells Titanite slabs. That's interesting. They were such a limited commodity in the first game. It's interesting that they're in a store here. I also kind of wonder how much more difficult the game gets. Oh, is that the Nameless King's outfit? I could see myself going in there with a big old crown like that. Maybe after I go talk with Hawkwood. It sounds like he's challenging me for the right to be an ancient dragon fighter, even though I don't really care about that. But sure, I will honor your message. We'll put it that way. This is the road of sacrifices, right? Because the only mausoleum in Farron I can think of... Mausoleum means like a crypt, and the Abyss Watchers led into the crypt, and it's in Farron. It's either that or it's somewhere in the swamp. And I'm just going to choose that it's going to be here. I guess it could be where the Crystal Sage is too. But they were talking about the Abyss Watchers, so I'm going to assume he's here somewhere. Oh, there he is.
This is unexpected.
All right.
To stop running from my fate. Loathe me all you like. I shall take what makes you.
Okay then. I mean, I don't use it. You can have it. I don't care. So I guess he was in the Undead Legion and he deserted. That's why he's Hawkwood the Deserter. All right, my guy. I'm sorry. You did choose this. Should I just punch him? Oh no, he can heal. I was gonna punch him down because he was one shot. Ow. Yeah, he has a bit of a delay on that. But yeah, no, my weapon staggers them into a combo for such a long time. It feels broken. I think if I was to play through Dark Souls again, I would try seeing how different the experience would be with a faster weapon. All right, I'll let you heal if you got it. Want to heal again? Nope. All right. Now we punch. I only did 14 damage on that punch. And I don't stagger him at all. All right, fine, I'll use the sword. I'm just being silly.
You are a dragon. More dragon than I.
Twinkling dragon headstone. Oh, he has the headstone that goes along with the body that I had gotten. Yes, that's why he wanted to challenge me. To complete, the winner would get the complete set of this twinkling dragon dragon set. Gain head and breathe until dead. Gain torso and roar until death. I have no idea what these do. You know, let's use. I can't use it. Can I equip it? No, I can't use it then either. Stone imbued with the power of the everlasting dragons offered to a towering dragon, the stone shows signs of a nascent light. Gain the torso of a dragon and roar alongside an archdragon mirage. The transformation is irreversible until death, yet true imitation will require a dragon head as well. I have the head. The illusion achieved was the first case of a human imitating the form of an ancient dragon, and it revealed the smallness of human existence. The road to the old dragons is long and arduous, and only one can complete the journey. Okay, I guess I finished the journey. I guess. Alright. Endgame? We're in the endgame now? Where is it? The Flameless Shrine. All right. I have, I've delayed the inevitable long enough. As far as I'm aware, I've killed every boss in the game. Part of me wants to double check that. Just to make sure before I go here, because I'm pretty sure that this is where the end of the game is down this way. So actually, yes, if nobody minds, not that I have anybody watching me, I'm gonna pull up a browser and we'll see every list of bosses in Dark Souls 3. Every boss in Dark Souls 3. I want to make sure that I have killed all of them. Bosses, yeah, this looks like it'll work. Iudic Gundyr, Vort, Curse Routed Greatwood, Crystal Sage, Abyss Watchers, Deacons, Wolnir, Old Demon King, Pontiff, Yorm, Aldrich, Dancer, Dragonslayer Armor, Osiris, Champion, Lothric, Ancient Wyvern, Nameless King, and then the Soul of Cinder is the final boss. Sister Frida and the Grave Tenders in the Painted World DLC, and then the Demon in Pain and the Demon Prince, Half-Light, Midear, and Slave Knight Gale. All right. I believe that's everybody. And yeah, I know the final boss's name is Soul of Cinder. I have no idea what the boss fight entails. I really have tried my best. This game's been out for like, what, 8-9 years now? I've really done my best to avoid getting spoiled too much in my time playing. Oh, this one can be lit too. I did end up, like, I was aware of the Nameless King as a boss, and I know that the final boss in this game is called Soul of Cinder. I think he looks just like a knight on fire, in all honesty, but I would purposely did not want to, like, look and see what's the ending. I didn't want to know how he fights, because I'm like, I'm going to play Dark Souls 3 eventually. But, you know, an older game that's super popular like this, it's hard to not become aware of at least some things. So I'm trying to be as upfront about it as I can. All right. I think that's him. I think this looks like it. Honestly, this looks like the arena where you fight both Gale and Gehrman from Bloodborne, the flower field. Hello there. How's it going, friend? You are bigger than I expected you to be. The Soul of Cinder. He looks like the guy on the cover of the game. Is that who he is? Is that him? Nope, that is the wrong item. Also, I just put my sword away. What? Is his sword longer now? Looks like it. Now it's like a spear. It's like a lance. Can I crit him? Nope. It looked like he was trying to change it again. Now it is a scimitar. Or a cutlass. He's chucking fire at me. Only fitting for somebody named the Soul of Cinder. Alright. Okay, phase 2. I was hoping that there would be more to it. That is... Those are the chords from Plin Plin Plon. The Gwyn fight theme. This fight's not as exciting as I was hoping. I've got the Soul of the Lords. Let's take a look at it in my inventory real quick. This one right here. One of the Twisted Souls. Since Lord Gwyn, the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as defender of the flame. Huh. So this is the fiery soul of everybody who has linked the first flame, although not the Lords of Cinder that I had gathered before. But this could include like the protagonists from the first game if you linked the fire in the first game. Oh, I can summon the Firekeeper. Yes, I want to summon the Firekeeper. I don't want to link the flame. I want to summon the Firekeeper. Hello. There have been a lot of sacrifices to keep this flame going.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's Pass.
Oh. I had control.
Ashen One, hearest thou my voice still?
Yes. And there it is. I liked that final line from the Firekeeper there. That was probably the most powerful part of the ending for me. It makes you wonder what the Age of Darkness really entails, because everything went black, but we still exist. She and I still exist, at least. I'm there to hear her. So it makes you wonder what really would be next. How long would it take for the embers to take form again? What will cause the embers? Where will they come from? What will they do? Will the world be rebirthed? Or will the world be even more twisted than it was when we let the fire go out? I guess it's just an argument of, like, this hasn't worked for a long time, but it could be safer to go with the devil you know, rather than introduce whatever new horror could possibly be birthed. That was the end of Dark Souls 3. That's leaving me more forlorn than I expected it would. I really did like it. I don't know if I would go out of my way and say that this is, like, far and away the best one I've played. I've honestly enjoyed every FromSoft game that I have played up to now, for various different reasons. Demon Souls might be my least favorite one. Some of the decisions in Demon Souls were pretty rough, but, like, I liked Bloodborne a lot, and I did like DS1, 2, and 3 for all different reasons. I felt like a lot of the boss fights in 1 were more of a trial than some of the ones in the other games. Dark Souls 2, a lot of people didn't like. I thought it was fine. I liked Dark Souls 2. That was the first one I actually streamed through. Dark Souls 3 had a lot of really cool moments, had a lot of really cool bosses. I'm a little sad, in the same way I was at the end of Bloodborne, where I wanted to do all of the optional content. So I went and I did the labyrinths, and I did the DLCs. I think there were DLC. Yeah, the Orphan of Kos DLC before I got to fight Gehrman. And it turned the final boss, which is supposed to be this climactic, like, incredible fight at the end that's supposed to be the culmination of everything you worked for, and it turned, like, the Orphan of Kos and Gehrman into, like, one-shot bosses that there was no real, like, significant threat or trial for me to overcome. It was just it was more like, to me, a cinematic fight at the end. And that kind of happened in Dark Souls 3 here. My fight at the end against, like, last time I played, against Slave Knight Gale and Midir, made me feel like I was at an okay strength level for fighting them. They felt like real fights. I was challenged, I was learning, and I was overcoming with those fights. But fighting the Nameless King and then the Soul of Cinder, I can't even remember if that's the correct name, fighting them after I'd gone through all of that, they felt less impactful. I know that the Nameless King is one of the most iconic bosses in the whole franchise. I think he appeared in the latest, like, trailer for a crossover between Dark Souls and Elden Ring, and people are like, oh, the Nameless King. But, like, the Nameless King was an enemy that I met once. I didn't get to learn his patterns, and I didn't get to really appreciate the trials that everybody else had to go through with that. And that makes me a little bit sad. It makes me wish that I had more of a challenge. And I know that I probably could have made it more of a challenge for myself by using a different weapon, like not using my maxed out greatsword. But that doesn't feel like Dark Souls challenging me. That feels like me challenging Dark Souls. Does that make sense? Dark Souls is supposed to be this trial of a game that you have to struggle to beat, and that beating it is an accomplishment. Don't let me cheapen that. Beating Dark Souls is an accomplishment. There are definitely moments that I was struggling through, but I don't know. I wish that the final boss fights, if not were harder, if they could scale the difficulty based on like either your level or the other bosses that you fought. If make it realize oh, he went and he fought Midir, we're gonna make the Soul of Cinder a tougher fight for you so that it can still be your epic final confrontation. Does that make sense? Give him maybe you don't even have to change his moves, just make him hit harder or hit faster or add more delays or give him more health. He didn't even have a whole lot of health. I was taking out 10% of his health with each hit. I did like Dark Souls 3. If I was still in the mindset that I wanted to go back and replay games, this is a game I would probably in a couple of years say, yeah, I'm going to go back and play Dark Souls 3 and I'm going to do a completely different build. I would do either a dexterity quick weapon build, or I would do a sorcery build, because I've never really done that in a Dark Souls game. But I don't know, when I think of Dark Souls, I don't think of sorcery so much. I think of big sword. Because I've always used the big sword pretty much. I think I used the halberd in the first game, and then all Dark Souls games I use the big sword. And I know that there were quests as well that I did not get to experience the end of. I never saw Henri again. I never saw Lap again. I think there was probably more that could happen with the little guy, the thief that wanted to go out and scavenge, but I was too scared to let him scavenge. I think I saw a comment from somebody that said the quest lines in Dark Souls never have good endings for the NPCs. So in some way, I'm happy that I didn't see them again, because I didn't get to see whatever tragedy befell them. But yeah, that was Dark Souls 3. I liked it, but I do wish. Yeah, I'm gonna hit no on that for now. I do wish the final fight was more of a trial. I came in here ready for it to be a huge trial. So I'm guessing this is before the Soul of Cinder fight? Yeah, I think they take me back to a moment when I could go to the first flame and choose to light it or not. And then here's the option, begin journey 2. This would be the new game. Maybe someday, but I don't know. It took me just under 37 hours to finish the game. I'm at level 117. I guess if anybody wants to see what my final stats ended up being, here we go. I'm covering up just some defense. Nobody really cares about that, I don't think. I think people are look at the stats and the equipment that I have, which is... there we go. There's the man. Yeah. But that's that. Can I see the messages? Oh, somebody wrote one of my messages is poor. That's unfortunate. Everybody else seems to like it. Well, that was the end of Dark Souls 3 and of my journey with my best friend. I hope I did the game justice, and I hope you enjoyed tuning into it. I appreciate all the feedback and support that I've gotten, and I've now beaten 795 different video games. So if you want to join me on my quest to raise that number as high as I can, consider subscribing. I've already chosen my next adventure, But if you have a suggestion for more games for me to take on, comment them down below. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you in the next one.